Every once in a while, a story emerges that reiterates why golf is such a universal and unique game, a game that changes lives and brings people together. With those thoughts in mind, Golf Central's Tom Abbott introduces us to Anthony Neto, a man with a very inspiring story.
South African Anthony Neto looks like any other professional golfer, except Neto is disabled from the waist down and suffers from multiple sclerosis. His story is unique and goes back to the early 1990s when he was a teaching professional based in Germany, having left South Africa to avoid the apartheid restrictions. But during the winter, he would head back to his homeland.
In 1994, going down to play tournaments in the winter time, and got hit by a car from a foreign on holiday who still thought he was driving on the wrong side of the road, which turned out to obviously put me back into hospital with a neck fracture. And being an incomplete paralyzed patient, you have to spend a lot of time in rehabilitation. You go through a lot of frustration and a lot of free time that you have time to think, sometimes too much time. And I got lucky and grabbed a golf club, and out of frustration, in the back behind the rehabilitation center, was knocking a couple of balls, and every now and again I used to hit my knees because they were in the way being seated, and out of frustration I threw the club away, and 5 minutes later the club arrived in the lap of a youngster that had been really badly mangled with half the face damaged and obviously paralyzed. And can I teach him that? And my frustration turned into sort of curiosity. What does he mean? That wasn't a good shot. You want to throw the club? He said, no, the one before that. And it turned into the position or the role of a golf teacher again.
As Neto continued to teach, he realized he was using the game of golf to rehabilitate the disabled children.
In a very short time, people saw there were things being moved upstairs, and that's where the disability starts, is in the head. Well, we managed to, with a little ball that I called a small motion with a big effect, the big white tablet, was definitely a motivator. We were changing or recycling lives and giving families with patients or the family that was affected hope again.
Physically being able to hit the golf ball and of course play a round of golf remained a challenge, but Neto persevered and with the help of the German company Parabase Tech designed the Paragolfer, the chair he uses today.
I said we need to get a machine that's capable of getting me up and down and all these steep hills. So I went to Switzerland, and they have a few hills there, and played in Monte Carlo with Gary Player, and in that time it was Prince Albert from Monte Carlo, Monaco, and we managed to do a 18-hole round without falling over, and I saw light at the end of the tunnel because I shot 75.
Neto is now travelling across the globe to promote Kids Swing, a charity he set up 4 years ago. The organisation uses golf to rehabilitate sick and disabled children, giving them hope of a better future. In a recent trip to Florida, Neto was introduced to Arnold Palmer. Not surprisingly, the king was instantly taken by the South African's unique plight.
What is happening here is wonderful. I think it's good for people who are not as fortunate as some of us, and the fact that they can play golf and enjoy the game as much as they do is wonderful. To see a man who's doing what he's doing right here now is pretty amazing, and it should give a lot of hope to a lot of people.
For instance, at the PGA show, I met a guy that's in Mexico. And he said, you know that last seminar that we had out there at the PGA show, I've got now 35 new golfing families. And he said, this is tremendous, and can I please want to thank you? And I said, well, hey, you know, we didn't do anything apart from gave you a flyer about or a pamphlet about Kids Swing. He said, no, but that was it. You know, we needed that name. I said, if that name's going to help you, well, so be it. We're there. And we just want to have fun and show them we're not there as a disabled group of people. We're there as a experienced, professional group that know how to handle situations, and if not, we'd like to learn from the others of their experiences and get them all in one boat and travel and just have fun. And what you said, recycling life and giving people hope.
Neto wants to spread hope through Kids Swing to thousands of young and not so young people around the world. It's an amazing plight that for Neto is just the beginning of what will no doubt be a lifelong journey. I'm Tom Abbott for Golf Central.
Tom, thank you. On Tuesday's golf